November 24th, 1971. The night before Thanksgiving, a man in his mid-40s, dressed in a business suit and carrying a black briefcase, steps into Portland International Airport. He buys a one-way ticket to Seattle under the name Dan Cooper. The world would soon know him as D.B. Cooper. On Northwest Orient Flight 305, Cooper takes his seat near the rear of the plane. He lights a cigarette, orders a bourbon and soda, and waits. Moments after takeoff, he hands a note to a flight attendant. She thinks it's just another flirtatious message from a businessman. But Cooper leans in and whispers, "Miss, you better look at that note. I have a bomb." Inside the briefcase, red sticks of dynamite, wires, and a battery. His demand is simple: $200,000 in cash, for parachutes, and a fuel truck ready to refuel the jet in Seattle. If not, he will blow the plane sky high. For hours, passengers sit in the cabin, unaware of the hijacking. To them, it is just another flight. But behind the scenes, the FBI scrambles. When the plane lands in Seattle, Cooper allows all passengers to leave. He keeps the crew on board. The money and parachutes are delivered. And then, he gives one final order: fly to Mexico City. Low altitude, slow speed, landing gear down. The crew obeys. At 8:13 p.m., somewhere over the dense forests of Washington state, the pressure gauge in the cockpit suddenly shifts. The rear stairway of the Boeing 727 has been lowered. Cooper is gone. He jumped into the freezing night air, carrying $200,000 strapped to his body, vanishing into storm clouds and darkness. The largest manhunt in U.S. history begins, but no trace of Cooper is found. No parachute, no body, no sign of survival. Only a handful of clues. A clip-on tie left behind on his seat. The $20 bills he carried, all with recorded serial numbers. And years later, a young boy digging along the Columbia River discovers $5,800 in rotting bills, confirmed to be Cooper's ransom money. But the man himself never reappeared. Who was D.B. Cooper? Some believe he was a skilled paratrooper. Others think he perished in the jump, his body swallowed by the wilderness. Many suspects have been named: military men, ex-convicts, even missing husbands who vanished the same year. But despite decades of investigation, interviews, and confessions, the FBI closed the case in 2016. To this day, D.B. Cooper remains the only person in American history to commit an unsolved skyjacking. Was he a criminal mastermind who escaped in a legend, or a desperate man who never survived the fall? Perhaps we'll never know. But one thing is certain: on that stormy night in 1971, D.B. Cooper didn't just hijack a plane. He hijacked his place in history. Thanks for watching. For more dark secrets, subscribe my channel, Dark Archive Histories.